you.
Despite it being only a week since getting back from Minecon 2018 to this day, 2 years later, I still get questions about Minecon 2016. I figured, you know what? Let me just make a video recapping all of my Minecon experiences. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about Minecon. Now, if you're not familiar with what Minecon is, then you shouldn't be subscribed to my channel. Leave. For the rest of you, Minecon is an event hosted by Mojang, now owned by Microsoft, which is all about the game Minecraft.
Блять, хорошо, что это сундуки вот эти остались наверху, заебись вообще, блядь. Да ты чё?
It's basically a convention that a whole bunch of crafters get together and just have a good time. Over the years, it's gone through some evolutions, and we're going to talk about that, but we're mainly just going to talk about my memeing efforts at those events. So go back in time 2 years, and you're brought over to Minecon 2016 in California, Anaheim. That's what this lovely poster is right here. Vanna White, can we get an Now, Minecon 2016 was the last what I would call normal Minecon.
Do you like Harambe?
I'm not sure what a Harambe is.
All the Minecons before, it was an event with like 2,000 people at it. You had to actually buy a ticket. You had to wait on the website to go ahead and click buy, get your ticket. They sold out in like 5 seconds. And then you had to book a plane all the way to wherever the event was held. So I went to Minecon 2016, not because I was in love with the game, although I did play it back then and they did have a Minecraft server, but because I always wanted to be in the cringe compilations that I saw online. I was just like, ooh, that would be nice. After going to the event and feeling out the event space, I had the live stream up on my phone the whole time, checking out where the camera was and what was being recorded, and I was like, gotta get in that room, gotta get in that room. Well, I succeeded. I definitely succeeded. There's this little casting booth, which was like the host and a few special guests, and the camera in the back would pan to like the main area, and like you could see people walking by. And it was actually very high up off the ground, but I would always just, you know, do this in the background or flip the bird. I was just trying to do whatever I could, and you know, it got recognized and it was so funny. That was just the cake. You know, now we got to get to the frosting and the cherries on top. And that would be when I got onto the main stage. So there were 2 times when I was able to get myself on the main stage. The first time was the costume competition, where you decided to come in, cosplay as your favorite character or YouTuber, and the host there didn't know what any of those were.
Whoa!
Whoa!
This is a rave sheep.
Dancing sheep.
Wow, look at this.
Okay. What is the name of this costume?
This is a Jeb sheep.
A Jeb sheep.
Right, that makes sense now. All the multicolors.
When it was my turn to reveal what character I was Keemstar.
I'm dressed up as my favorite YouTuber, Keemstar.
So that was great. But the icing, like the little whipped cream that gets all the way up, was the announcing of the winners at the closing ceremony for the events. So they had these like parkour events in the game and build walls. They were all hosted by Hypixel. I played and I lost, but I still wanted to get the recognition. So when they were calling the names of people to go on stage, what I originally did is I was trying to figure out how I could get on the stage and not caught by security, because like there's security everywhere. So I was able to get under the curtain into the back, and I like laid there for a while, but I always saw people walking back and forth, and I was like, you know, the chances of me getting caught like are just so high back here. So I was like, what I could do is just when they call a name, walk up on the stage, pretend I'm that person. What does security know? They just don't want someone to like charge the stage, so like think it would work. They called the person's name, they walk up on one side of the stage, I walk up on another, and then she's like,
Oh, simultaneous!
Fun fact, that girl, Aurelian, who's like a community manager at Twitch, I got banned from her Twitch chat. Then she was like,
Are you Steven?
Or something like that to the other kid, and I was just stealing the show. I got the mic, I was the one being asked the questions, and that's when I blurted out that I wasn't the winner, and I was just a huge fan of Keemstar and Harambe. Woo!
Well, the thing is that I didn't actually win. I'm just a huge fan of Keemstar, and let's get Harambe out there, everyone! Woo!
And then a lot of you saw the security guy come across the stage and chase me off. People think that I got arrested and stuff like that. That never happened. Literally all that happened is I was escorted off the stage and then sat back in my seat. That was it. And then I left with everybody else. No name, no nothing. So seeing how well it went at 2016, I was like, well, let me do it again. So Minecon 2017 rolls around and I kind of skipped that one. But if you noticed, they changed the way Minecon worked. Instead of it being an event where 2,000 people attended, it was just a big mob. Now it's going to be only a studio audience with a pre-scripted show that would be recorded live, which is not nearly as cool or fun, but you know, what are you going to do? So that's what they did for 2017, and I skipped that. I didn't even know how to like get in or anything like that. But then 2018 rolled around, and I'm like, I could get tickets to this. So I entered this raffle thinking that I was not going to win because A, there are going to be thousands of people who enter, and I think only like 150 are going to win. And my name would probably bring a red flag in their system. I don't know. But you know what? I got the email that said that I won a ticket. I was like, holy moly, that is so cool. Then what I did is I told everyone because that was just so funny. Then a flight was booked, a hotel was booked, and it was ready for round 2. This year's Minecon was held in Boston, Massachusetts, and I was like, all right, let's do it again. It's gonna be awesome. Got in line, you know, went through, you know, acted like a great, decent human guy, then sat in the audience, and then about a halftime, you know, when we were almost halfway done with the show, they had a panel talking about how to grow your YouTube channel. And I was like, oh, this is a great opportunity to go up there and to shout mine out. Talk about growing your channel, just shout yourself out. I was in the 3rd row, so I was very close to the stage, and the stage was pretty high off the ground, so I knew I had to make a pretty good jump to get up there. Talking about the YouTube channel, get out of my seat, run up onto the stage, and that's where I do my thing.
Yeah, exactly. Some videos will take 10 minutes. Some of them will take 10 hours.
I got a great YouTube tip. Subscribe to Obstacle. This is Nuda right here.
Hi, we made it to the compilation, Mum. Yeah. Hi. Hello, every channel.
Now, a lot of people asked me why I didn't say more while I was up there, and I have an answer for that. There was a teleprompter feeding all the lines to the host, and when I went on the stage, the teleprompter cut out. It cut out to like some random image. And I thought when I cut out to a random image that meant that I was off the air. That like anything else I would do wouldn't be shown live. And I was like, all right, well then what's the point then? When that image showed up, I was like, oh great, now I'm not in the air anymore. So then I was like, all right, time to make a run for it. And that's when I ran off the stage. Had that image not shown up, I would have assumed I was live, and then I probably would have pulled up a seat and given a little chat to them, you know, talk about YouTube channels. What then ended up happening is that I jumped off the stage and then ran to the exit, and the guys in the back are like, stop him, stop him, and there are like 5 doors lead to the exit of the building. 4 of them are then blocked by security, so I take the one that isn't blocked off, go through that door, and then it's a race to the end. I'm running down the streets of Boston, and there are like 5 guys chasing me. They drop off one by one, but there's one guy left, and at the 2nd to 3rd block, I get caught, and they got me. I'm then held on the ground until more people can come and escort me back into the center. So I'm dragged by my arms. They got my arms in headlocks, basically, the arms around. They got pulled back into the event center, brought down to the security room. Their EMS checks me out, make sure I'm okay, just have like a minor scrape on my arm, so it's like nothing major. And then the waiting game begins, because they called the police this time. And I was like, oh no, this is not good. I might be going to jail. This is not okay. So I'm sitting there waiting for the police to come, and it just doesn't happen. We go an hour and a half until the cops actually get there. And I have to say, during that hour and a half, I was treated very well by everybody at Minecon. By the security staff, by the EMT. They even offered me lunch. They gave me a free lunch while I waited. It was a veggie sandwich. Granted, I wasn't very hungry at the time, but they still offered it, and I took it, and I only ate the cookies. But it was still a very nice gesture. They didn't have to do that. Finally, the police arrive, and I'm sitting on the ground, and they're like, so what'd you do? And I'm like, I ran on the stage. They're like, well, you know, in 2018 with like and stuff like that, you know, we can't have anything happening. And they took my information down and they said, you're banned from the event center, so you can't come back here. And you're banned from any future Microsoft sponsored event. And that was it. And after they said that, I was escorted out, and that was it. That was the end of my Minecon experience. And was it worth it? Yes, of course it was. My Twitter was blowing up, my YouTube was blowing up, my Discord was blowing up, everything was blowing up, and you know, I like that. I think it's fun. So that is my 2 Minecon experiences from the man himself, Obster Bone. We have gained a lot of new subscribers over the course of this, and I have to say, stick around because I make some great content and you don't want to miss it. That's gonna do it. So any other questions that relate to me about Minecon, if anyone's asked about them, whether it be my mods, my friends, viewers, just redirect them to this video because I answered all of them. With that being said, thank you all for watching. I greatly appreciate it. If you liked the video, slap a like on it. If you are not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you all later. Peace!